Okay, so today we're going to be looking at lab number 2, which is the evaporation intermolecular attractions between various alcohols. So that's pretty much what we're going to be determining, which of these alcohols will evaporate at a faster rate. So if you want to compare this to water, I know that in my chemistry class last year I gave some analogies of like if you left a drop of rubbing alcohol on the counter and then water, which one would evaporate faster. If you came back like an hour later, you would see that the rubbing alcohol did. So now what if we gave all alcohols to test which of these would evaporate at the fastest rate without adding any kind of heat to it? Okay, so the first two steps, I should say, it talks about setting up your graph on the Chromebook, which I've already done. It's set for 4 minutes. I'll start the data collection in just a moment. And then steps 3, I've already done that, where I've taken the probes and I've secured filter paper to the very bottom with a rubber band. This is going to be, so the reason why we use filter paper is so that way it soaks up the alcohol, and then when we remove it from the test tube, then the alcohol is still present and it'll still record how much that is evaporating over the course of 4 minutes. And then and then now I've already added the alcohols into each of the test tubes. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to place the probes into the test tubes, and then I'm gonna have them in there for about 45 seconds before I press start. Okay, so here is probe 1, probe 2 into ethanol, and then probe 3 into the propanol. Okay, so now 45 seconds has begun. Real exciting stuff is happening. You guys just can't see it. Just kidding. There's nothing exciting happening here. Okay, so now we're on step 6. Okay, so that was 45 seconds. I'm going to come over here to my Chromebook and press collect. So I'm going to monitor. I can already see some lines are starting to form. As it approaches the 20-second line, I'm going to record what the initial temperature is. So for methanol, it is 23 degrees Celsius. For ethanol, 22.6 degrees Celsius. And then for propanol, 22.9 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now that those have been in there for about a good minute, I am now removing them at the same time from the test tube. Now, it is important that you remove these simultaneously, so that way you can immediately start to see that drop on your Chromebook screen. You might be able to see it, you might not be able to see that drop, but as soon as I removed all 3 of my probes, I saw an immediate drop in my lines. And you want to make sure that you do not put the masking tape on the metal part of the probes itself, because that can definitely influence the temperature, since these probes are highly sensitive. And you want to make sure that the probe part is not touching each other or the table as best as you can. So especially with the filter paper, that's why we have it over the edge. Okay, so let me move this down just a bit. Okay, so that's how my probes are right now. I'm already starting to see kind of a good little dip there with all 3. So this is going to run its course of 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, I'll come back and I'll show you guys what it looked like, and then I'll run the other 3, and then we'll talk about the graphs afterwards.